Okay. Hey guys, how's it going? It's me, Yoko from Japan. Welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing? So, I already see some of you. Hi, Yoko. Hello. Good to see you. Ahoy, beautiful people. Hello. 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 Hey, guys. Hey, nice to see you all. I feel like I have my lipstick on my teeth. But yeah, welcome to my beautiful house. It's not really my place, but as you know, this couch is mine. Just so let me. Hi. Nice to see you. Hi, Yoko looks great and elegant as always. Thank you so much. Do I have? I hope not. Okay. Anyway, how are you guys doing? First thing first, congrats to Trump! I saw that. I saw his victory. Like we all knew that, right? But what's the margin though? How? Who's is it? I wonder. Maybe ours, right? Yeah. Okay. It's that you're visiting the parents background? Yes. That's when I first used this. Yeah. My husband, like, I have my usual black background, but then like it looked a little too dark. So yeah, I'm in my living room. So Trump wins again. Yes. Next is South Carolina. Ooh, that's Nikki Haley's place, right? Yeah. And I bet that Vivek Ramaswamy will, make a speech again there. Like I listened to some of the speech that Trump made today, and also I listened to Vivek. He was told like, the speech should be 1 minute or two, and he did it perfectly, I think. But yeah, Vivek was there with Trump. I saw that too, and it's really like now Vivek is the symbol of unity of the Republican Party, And what I think is that, in my opinion, like as a result of Vivek running for the campaign, even though he's dropped out, because he was the candidate, and basically because he had the same kind of policies as Trump, it just divided the Republican Party, right? Like pro-Trump people and anti-Trump people, but MAGA-based people, like they were divided because of Vivek in a way. And now that he's gone out of the race and endorsing Trump this way, it's like, all this, even though it's a division that he created, because there was a division, and now his political, Trump's political opponent back then is now unifying together, and it's like people get touched by that, right? So like there's this I feel like there's that effect, and that I don't think that Vivek, I don't know, was it part of his calculation? I don't know. But because of that, now Vivek has this spot, next to Trump, you know? And of course, people chant VP, VP every time. And I feel like he's going to stick around, till the end, like every, what's it called, like gathering or rally. Every time there's a primary, and hey, turn down the volume. My husband is so slow. Now like you get when you play something on your phone and it's really loud, like we young people know how to turn it down immediately, right? My husband, a grandpa, doesn't know. Like he doesn't respond like we do. So that's funny. Anyway, yeah, so it's 10% victory. That's good though, right? 10% is good. Like that's the margin that we want to see, right? And all this early what you call like a primary or GOP a caucus. Yeah, like those, like the early ones set the tone and momentum for the later ones. So I think that for Trump, things are working now.
次はね、サウスカロライナじゃない。
Nevada?
次のはずよ。
Yeah, next is Nevada, right? Yeah. So next is Nevada, and then South Carolina. Yeah. And I heard that through Trump's speech, I heard that Nikki Haley made a speech tonight and said, like, spoke like she won. Like, I haven't seen that speech, so I don't know. But what did you guys think? Well, that house looks very American. I know. No, I don't think any Japanese house looks like this. Okay. Haley has no path to victory, so it's in her best interest to end her bid here and now. True. But I don't know, though. Because Democrats, man, it's the Democrats. Like, our TV here in Japan shows that too, that there are Democrats who get registered as Republican or the non-partisan, I don't know, I forget what it's called. And then they vote for Republican, right? And they vote for Nikki Haley so that they can vote against Trump. And so it's a matter of how many people there are that do that, I feel like there's a division inside of Democratic Party too, so I can't say generally, but Trump is the first candidate, Republican or Democrat, for president to win in the first two contests back in 48 years. Wow! So we just witnessed a historic record. That's awesome. That's so interesting because it's a rare case that I heard that president once a president, then the next term, like he didn't win and then come back to for the race. So Trump is such a interesting man. Trump won New Hampshire. Yes, congrats. Ramaswamy could be a cabinet member, although VP isn't quite a sure bet in my eyes. I see what you mean. Yeah. I feel like he could be something in the cabinet, right? But I think that he is looking for the VP position, though. Like that's something that I had thought for a long time, looking at him, like how he is making this move, because I don't think that he knew. I don't think that Vivek intended to become the president. He was probably going for VP, and that's why, because like that's the explanation of him not attacking Trump, politically speaking. Man, it's so bright outside. I can't see myself here. Okay. So bright. So here's what Jeremy explained about what funny business was going on. And the corrupt state didn't want Trump to get 60%, so they had Democrats voters register for Republican to vote Nikki Haley. Really? So it's corrupt state meaning, is it like Republican Party included, or I don't know the definition of corrupt state. Like, do you mean like Democratic Party? Like, liberal states? Or, but I'm not surprised. Is it something that is common in America to vote for someone to vote someone else out? Like in this case, like to vote against Trump? Because over here in Japan, it is it is our right to, be able to do that. Like if you don't want a certain candidate to win, then it's okay for us Japanese people to vote against him, him or her. That we don't necessarily have to support the candidate that we are voting for. We can vote just to kick someone out. So that's a common sense for us. But I don't know the culture of Americans. 10% victory on top of almost all Democrats voting for Nikki Haley in the state. She's still in the race because she is Haley. That's who they want to. Who they want, so they can remove Biden. True. The problem that Nikki Haley getting support from Democrats, I guess, is that she doesn't get the support for free. I feel like if you have the political mind, like when you get endorsed by someone big in the field, you have to give something in return. So in the future, not necessarily, but like usually like human minds work in a way that if you help somebody, then those who have helped you will demand something to threaten you with, right? Oh, remember that time that I helped you? Yeah, now is the time to pay back to me. They're gonna say that, I feel. So that's the problem that I have with Nikki Haley, I think. Did you hear the audio clip of Arizona Chair Jeff? Is it Dwight? I don't know the pronunciation. Trying to bribe Carrie Lake to drop out of the race. Yes, I heard that. I listened to the whole. It was still cut, I think, and edited, but I listened to the 5 minutes or so clip because my friend in America, Sarah Carter, was sharing that on her Twitter, and so I retweeted or reposted it, and yeah, it's awful. I meant to write a comment to that post, but I didn't have time in the morning today, so I just reposted it. But man, I thought that things like that only happen in like TV shows and movies. And I used to think that, all this entertainment, from America is exaggerating things, to be dramatic, to be entertaining. And I realized that the reality is as bad or even worse than the entertainment. I'm like, oh my gosh, it really happens. And kudos, it's amazing for Carrie Lake that she didn't get bribed. She was there to show that she stands for America, she stands for your country. And she was clear that she was not going to be bought. And she was her attitude as a fighter was so fascinating. It's amazing, you are lucky to have people like that. It's hard, I bet. She even said that she was like, oh, this is not about me, it's about Trump, making sure that Trump doesn't win. And she understood that part. And then she also said that you're gonna have to kill me, or they super big people will have to kill me to do that, and so on. So I was like, whoa, amazing. Hello. She was exposed of using Democrat voter to get more vote. Yeah, I don't understand how any Republican could vote for the warmonger Nikki Haley. Yeah, I can kind of understand though, because there are never Trumper even on the right side. Because Pence type of people, for example, the traditional political people, and also not everyone is looking for wanting small government, I feel, because you guys call them neocons, but Japanese conservatives, for example, are very much close to neocons because our society is big government. And it's a recent movement in Japan that some of us want a small government. Because like just like in America, like we are pretty much controlled, and all the money that we, it's hard to pay our taxation, but we do, and then the money is not used wisely, and some of us are very upset by that. So conservative people have learned from American conservatives, and we are now wanting a small government, but then, like, when we think about national security, though, like, we have to be realistic. And when we think about that, we realize that in the world today, even America cannot stand alone. So that's the concern that I have for Trump, when it comes to foreign policy. Even though the ideology, as, like MAGA-based policies, and making sure that you focus on America first, and make sure that your country functions first, and then do something else. I guess that's basically how you guys think, and that's great. But at the same time, like, politics is not that simple. Not like, it sounds wrong when I say it like that. Like, I'm not looking down on you. Like, I try not to be condescending, but you know what I mean. Like, yeah. It is really difficult because our concern is like America needs to be on the global stage, But now, like, many of us are pointing out here in Japan that Trump winning, and now nobody will stop Trump with his policies, because of like, he makes sure that people that surround him are loyal people to him, and then it's a risk for America to disappear from the global stage, because if you don't, like, of course, like, it was not working well for America, like the burdens for the citizens, paying so much. For example, right now for Ukraine, like, you are paying so much, and there are lots of cost, for American people, but because of that, you have that position in the world. And if you stop doing that, then other countries will look at the country, like, the US differently. So I don't know how, like, it's something that Trump has to take power and see what he actually does. And finally we can talk about it, right? Like, oh, this is good or bad. And we can only guess right now, and that's what sucks. But yeah. Giver. Did you hear about the mother who lets kids freeze in Walmart? Didn't give the kid any clothes. It was so bad. The Walmart employees gave the kid clothes. It's sad how these people are parents. That's crazy. Well, at least it was in Walmart, though, like, instead of, under the bridge or anything. Re-election in 120 years? Dang. Wow. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm with being close to 10:30 p.m. and being dark outside. Yeah, what? 10:30 p.m. Isn't it dark outside? Isn't it supposed to be? I hope the Abe faction and the new Japanese Conservative Party to work together to defeat Kishida. Will never happen. Because LDP is LDP. This small, self-claimed party is just, some other group that is against LDP. So those who are, like the people, like the party leader and this woman that tags along, they will never be the ally of LDP in the future. Like, by doing what they're doing right now, they're actually saying no to LDP, right? And LDP is such a proud group of people that once they are judged like that, they will never ever help them anymore. So that's the end of those people in the conservative community. So, and they tend to forget that Kishida was appointed as a foreign minister by Abe. So Abe trusted him, and Abe was there when Kishida became our prime minister, right? I don't know. I forget when things were what, but I've never seen this type of voting before where Democrats pretend to be independent to eliminate Trump. That is very crooked. Is it crooked? Like, that's the way that you guys see? Is it against the rules? Or, man, America really needs to fix the voting system, including making sure that the votes are secured, that there is no fraud, and at the same time, like, system like this, like, is it okay to pretend to be, a Republican for now, like for this time, even though you're not truly not? Because we can here in Japan. Those endorsing Nikki Haley are equivalent of Liz Cheney. True. Rhino, Republican in name only, Democrats, Republican close. I see. But yeah. So you guys have that, like those people. But it's interesting though that Trump has all this support by Republican Party people, and before Trump, I bet that they had what they're thinking today, or what they're saying today. They were thinking that before Trump too, but because Trump came around, now they get a say, like they can express themselves. And I think that's that's human rights for people on the right side, because we always focus on the minority, on the left side, or immigrants and so on. But like through the appearance, or the rise of Trump as a president in American politics, I learned that Christian people or conservative people, they have a problem, of just being who they are in the society. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy to me. Like, when you focus on the freedom of the left side and you don't really talk about the freedom on the right side, even though it should be handled equally, right? DeSantis should have waited for 2020. That's true. Yeah, things would look so much different. Yeah. And I still don't get DeSantis, really. Like, it's the thing. I guess it's a spiritual part of me, that I can see people. Like, I had known, right? Like, I kept saying that DeSantis is, man, like, he's a great governor, but like as a president, especially because me coming from another country and I didn't get to hear his foreign policy, so probably that's why. But still, and he, like, it wasn't like, it was weird because he was supposed to be close to Trump, but then they had some conflict, and then without Trump, where does he stand? So I guess that's a problem that he had. Jeff Dwight is a very powerful man. He was in charge of NASA's finance under President Trump. What? This was very shady of him to attempt. What? So part of Trump's group. But the conversation was interesting though, because the whole time I was listening to, like, I was thinking, like, man, this guy, like, thinks very logically. everything was so clear, like where things stand, and like he was speaking and explaining things logically, picking and choosing words, and I was impressed by his political debate right there with Carrie Lake. Because it's not easy, That's very interesting. What? My husband just shut the door. That's scary. I'm having a hard time trying to get 2 weeks for Japan. Really, if I can only get 1 week, I have to make my trip to Japan count. When does Golden Week start? Perhaps I should visit before it begins. Yeah, it's April 20 something, I think. Wait, I will look it up for you. Golden Week 2024. I guess officially it's April 29 to May 5th. But people add their paid holidays that they can get, like paid day offs. Like they can get day offs. So some people put them together to the Golden Week. So earlier in the April, I guess, will be good for you. But still, you can get around though, I guess. Because Japanese people, I don't think they go to Kyoto, for example, or, oh wait, you are coming to Fukuoka. It might not be a good idea during that time, yeah. Because of the airplanes and so on, or what you call bullet train. Considering Democrats are attempting to sabotage New Hampshire in Republican by voting for Haley, which explains why she has a higher vote count. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's see. Am I reading slowly again? I'm like, I need to quit or stop, reading everything in the comments and focus on the super chat, maybe. Trump talks tough about China, but if he lets Taiwan fall, then he is appeasing China. I know, right? That's the problem that I have. Like I guess reposted it earlier, but I heard Trump talk about Taiwan, and it was not pleasant. It was not good. He didn't just say things clearly because he doesn't want to reveal what he has for negotiations with China. But basically, he was saying that Taiwan stole the microchip industry from America. And that's not good. Taiwan, though, Taiwan's, is it called TMSC or something? Their, microchip company has built a factory here in Kyushu Island of Japan, in Kumamoto Prefecture. So they are basically making a factory here, but it could be seen as relocating, who knows. But they're just making sure that, we are making sure, I guess, that Japanese people get that as well, even if something happens to Taiwan, which I don't want to think about. But yeah, but but Taiwan is not only for microchips, So that's the problem that I have. Vivek Ramaswamy was saying similar things as well when he was running, and I'm like, you gotta think about China's policy, their dream, which they openly and publicly speaks about. They want to expand. They have the map in their head of China, and also back in, I guess that was 2008 or so, China spoke to America. I guess it was on a militarily level, I think, but they want to conquer the Pacific Ocean up to Hawaii and just divide the Pacific Ocean in half. The west side, I guess. From Asia to Hawaii is China, and from Hawaii to America is America is the picture they had even back then. And I don't think that they have changed because they're Chinese people. Chinese people, like traditionally, you know, they think that the world revolves around them, like a sinocentrism. So yeah, that's something that like you have to like the problem that I have with Western people is that they tend to think, I'm not saying everyone, but culturally they tend to think that the way that they perceive things is common or it's a standard. And I have to say it's not. You know, people think and feel differently in other countries. Seriously, I'm Japanese, so I know. Is the way that we look at things are so different, you know, how we think, how we feel. So different. Yoko, your sweater matches your lipstick. Great style. Thank you. Yeah, I have to put like strong color to, you know, battle with this clothes. This is new. This is like the only this and a little vest and a skirt are all I bought for the new year. Like new year, you want to spend in fresh clothes, right? But I'm like, I can't buy much. So yeah, one day I need to be financially rich, I think. That's something that I'm thinking about recently because like without money you can't do anything, and especially politically, like you know, I talk to people from all around the world, and from America, for example, like if I want to engage in the conversation with American conservatives, like top level people, then I have to financially like I have to be on that level too to have an equal conversation, right? So I'm like, oh, I have to keep up, you know. I have to do something. Let's see. I love how Taiwan counted their votes by holding them up and shouting each vote. Seriously, like that sort of, I didn't see that, but I'm not surprised if they're doing that because analog things are the best. You have to make sure that everyone knows, you know, okay, here's a vote. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because America doesn't do that. Japan, over here in Japan, first we use a machine, like everyone can write, and our technology is good enough for the machines to identify even our handwriting. You know, it's a handwriting, and the machine can detect who they wrote, right? And depending on the election kind of thing, though, but you know, we can actually like for each candidate or each party, we can actually go see, and you can see the ballots, you know, like they like 100 ballot or 200 in one batch, and you can check all the machine results, you know, and sometimes there is a mistake because some handwritings are terrible, or they just write someone else's name and so on to be fun, I guess. And so when they do that, like we, like those who show up at the place can say like, hey, that's our vote, you know, so to get that. So that happens. So we do things in this way, but Americans are, I don't know, especially I guess it depends on each state, but you guys need a better system, seriously. Is it true that Hu Jintao is under house arrest? She isn't playing around. Is he what happened to him? Why, that's him, right? I'm curious. My husband is not here for some reason. 現在 currently, what is it? I don't know. He doesn't say anything. right. I don't know. I have to ask my husband. I'm not keeping a close eye. I'm so glad Taiwan and Japan are working together on chip factories. Yes, it's a good idea, right? And I am very thankful for Taiwanese people because they have raised so much money as donations for our earthquake aid. What was that number? It's so huge. It's so huge. You look at Taiwan on the map, and it's a small country. Like I want to think of that, Taiwan as country, but such a small country, and so much money to Japan, and But our former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe used to say Taiwan's emergency is Japan's emergency. And back in the day during the World War II, I don't know what Taiwanese people felt at that time, but as for Japan, we felt like Japan and Taiwan, we are brothers and sisters. We were, for example, to the baseball game. Taiwanese people were Japanese, and it's not like we are colonizing. We, at least from the Japanese perspective, were one family, whether they like it or not. But yeah, we feel close because of that history, and also when an earthquake happens in Taiwan, for example, we want to help them. And this year, at the beginning of this year, there was a huge earthquake in Noto Peninsula, and they're giving us so much money to help us. And it's an invested, like if you look at it politically, then that's their calculation, of course, like it's politics. So they are investing basically, hey, I'm here for you, Japan. So we will say like, hey, Taiwan, we are here for you because you were so nice to us back then. So that's gonna happen like that. They were the first, as I said before, like when there was a huge earthquake in Tohoku area, Fukushima disaster, when that happened, Taiwan was one of the first to help us too. So, and looking at that though, so what that means is that we are very close. And oh my gosh, my camera is so slow. Looking at that, sorry, my camera is slow, but I think that you can hear me, so I'll go on. So Japan and Taiwan are very close, and we help each other, basically sacrificing ourselves too. And I wonder what Trump-led America will be when the election, after the election, So that's my concern. Am I keeping up? Okay. Sorry for the camera. It's the Wi-Fi. Should I get a new Wi-Fi router? There's a construction nearby, and since then, our Wi-Fi got worsened somehow. My hair got long. By the way. Anyway. Good evening, Yoko. Did you see anything about the veiled threats on Trump on Twitter by a powerful person? Issued glass with a bullet hole and paper currency adding up to 47 next president number. Ooh, one of those threats that you see in movies. See, it really happens in real life. My gosh. So weird. Man, please make sure that Trump is safe. We lost our leader, Shinzo Abe. That's a huge loss for us, in many ways. But when it comes to America, the loss of Shinzo Abe affects this election, because Trump is most likely winning. And what that means is that we need a counterpart for Trump. And Shinzo Abe was the best, right? Even just not only looking at Japan-US relations, but if you look at the whole world, I don't think that any other leader was, close with Trump in that way that he did. So that's a huge loss. He was taken away from us by violence, and I will never ever, tolerate that guy that assassinated him. But yeah, you gotta make sure that he is safe, especially you guys have guns are great for protection, but you gotta make sure that there are not insane people. Seriously. Let's see. Someone pointed out that the English translation of China as the Middle Kingdom was not quite right. It was more properly translated as center of the universe. Yeah, it's the center. They think of China is the center, and others are slaves to them. Basically, that's what they think. In a way, I guess it's like a chosen ones kind of way of thinking. They're the center. Others are not their members. A good time to visit, I guess, is late March, because there should be, I don't know when the cherry blossoms are blooming though, because the climate is odd. it's basically warm though this year, so maybe cherry blossoms will bloom earlier. Oh, aloha everyone. Aloha. Thanks for coming. Great night for you guys. Yeah. So next is Nevada, right? Can Trump take U.S. allies off the global scale with him, Japan included? Wouldn't that send a strong message? He's keeping his supporters close and telling globalists to show it. It's so difficult in this world today that this whole chaos that is happening right now in the world has happened because of Trump's what's the word for not absence. Right? Trump was there putting things in order, and then when he was things were good, but then Biden came around, and because Trump was in power and he was doing a great job in the world, all the enemies like Putin, Xi Jinping, and Iran, and so on, or Kim Jong-un, they all saw oh, we can't do what we want if Trump is in power, right? And then so when he went out of the picture in the political field, basically, officially, then they are while Trump is not there, they are doing whatever they want, so that before Trump comes back, they're hurrying. That's what I see. And the world has shifted too. That it's kind of due to Trump's policy too, I think, leaving one of the committees from the UN and so on, that if America is not there, even if you have the valid reason to leave, if you leave, some other country will fill that spot in. And that's how things work. You just need to be there, no matter corrupt things are, or no matter how much you hate that system. You just have to be there, so that you just, by that action, you keep things from getting out of hand. It happens on a personal level too. My husband and I, we do political activities, and we try to engage as much as possible. But if we leave the group or something for a while, then they get going, without us, and then there won't be any more spot for us anymore, and they will grow. That can happen. And for us though, like we we dump them. Sometimes we need to level up, so like we don't stick to the same group anymore. But like just looking at the dynamics, that's something that happens. And I get I see that it's the same for global stage as well. That, for example, like UN sucks, and I know that Trump doesn't like the UN too, but because of the UN, at least there's a somewhat like you are keeping everyone close, and there's a table for negotiations and so on. And in my opinion, that is important, but I'm not sure how much Trump will, like, I don't know if Trump thinks like that. So I am a little bit concerned. Cable Wi-Fi for streaming. I am using Wi-Fi in my room, and it should be the problem of the Wi-Fi router to here on the laptop, or my phone, right? But somehow when there's a plane up there, it messes the signals. Our TV, by the way, there was a time, like there is a construction going on, and there's a big building next to us now. So basically there's a wall. So like the signal that our antenna was receiving, it, like because of the reflection changes, like it no longer was not able to catch it well, so that the owner of this place had to replace the antenna for the newer ones and so on. So I have no idea how physics works, but yeah, Wi-Fi technology seems to keep improving. Fill the void. Yes. Sounds good. I'll plan my trip very carefully. Right now, I'm going to eat dinner, but I'm glad to get information. Thank you. Let's go, Brandon. Yeah, Trump 2024 MAGA. Yes. I hope that I can, enjoy your dinner, by the way. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like I love Trump, but at the same time, as I keep repeating myself, I don't know, like I just wish that Japanese people were able to, deliver our concerns and so on to Trump, because of course he's the leader of the US, and he needs to fix America first, so then that he can, do things globally. But I just hope that things don't get lost, in the process, because it's not the countries basically that you are dealing with. You are dealing with mafia countries. If you look at Putin's Russia, or Xi Jinping's China, or Kim Jong-un's North Korea, if your mind looks at those countries as countries, then you get messed up in your head. Those are, yes, politically and systematically, those are countries. However, the true essence is that they are mafia. So like, you have to deal with them in that way, with their culture. So cable means hardwired. Yeah, cables are better. Like I think that way because I'm a gamer and I want to have, but the router has to be good though in the first place. Maybe that router is not good enough because it's outdated. I think it's old, and it's only a few years old, I think, though. But that's old for electronic stuff. Go play the piano behind. I wish I could. I wish I could do that. Oh. Buy me a piano. I'll play for you. For those who don't know me well, I used to, like, my original YouTube journey began with piano. I covered some metal music with piano, and that's how I guess got started. I was covering some famous songs from America, and people liked me playing. So, and then I was doing daily vlogs too. But yeah, I'm a musician at the bottom of my heart. Yes. Anyway, 15 minutes. I guess I will go in 10 minutes. Yeah. What's the margin, by the way, of Trump? Wait. It's New Hampshire primary. Is there any? Oh yeah. I was watching DJ Cobra Jeremy's stream before I came here, and through that I saw Nikki Haley place, and then they had CNN on the screen, so that was funny. Does it show the margin somewhere? I can't really. Can't see that. I guess if I go to Twitter, maybe. Doesn't say much because I'm not American. Obviously, the Japanese media would, report the election campaign more. I guess it happens after the, after each party decides who is running for the party. So evil. Donald Trump says Democrats are destroying our country as he touts in his victory in New Hampshire. I like that picture. Can't see the number, but yeah. Let's see. Trump will not win. I'm an independent voter and I don't like Biden either. But if the choice is either Biden or Trump, I'll vote for Biden. Interesting. That's interesting. Looking at New Hampshire results, like right now, at least from the margin that we see, if DeSantis didn't withdraw, then things might have been different, So that's scary. So that's something that he did he did a good job. But no, stay forever. I wish I could, but I have to live. I have to live my life. Those that want the new world order, the mafia that you speak of, those that want the new world order, the mafia that you speak, they are very rich. Oh, power and evil, FJB. Oh, Super Chat, thank you so much. You made my day. You made the day of me and my husband. Thank you so much. Good to hear you watch DJ Cobra. Did you see Vivek in Friday Night Tights? What is that? Friday Night Tights? Wait, let me. What is that? Oh, it's a TV show. He was in that? Vivek. Yes, 固有名詞ですよ. I guess this. So, I mean, as you can tell, I didn't see that. Can I watch that? What is that show about? Or what is it like? Man, Vivek Ramaswamy is such a great speaker, That's what I think every time I see him or hear him speak. I have helped the elections here in Japan, And of course, sometimes I grab the microphone and speak, the talking points are there. So I just, based on that, I make a speech and so on. But that's something that not everyone can do, I can do it, but other people can't. Like not everyone can do it. And based on my experience and what I know, politically and so on, I look up Vivek Ramaswamy, and Trump gave him like a 1 or 2 minutes to speak, and then he just made a compact speech today too. And like every time I'm like, oh, and he's like down to earth attitude and clear words and eloquency, and I'm like, whoa. So it's so interesting that you guys have people like that. You're gifted, America is gifted. I wish that my country had more people, like young people that are good like that. Oh, Superchat, another Superchat. Thank you so much. Try searching Nerdotic. Nerdotic Vivek. Alright. 出してる? Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, it says it's membership only. No. I have to pay to watch, I guess. So interview with Vivek Ramaswamy. So that's cool. That's nice. How was he though? Like did he talk? Did he share something that he doesn't speak elsewhere? Yoko and return hobby he did eating ice cream in My husband's read your comment. My husband said, I have to eat my ice cream after reading that comment. Oh no, John, you made him hungry for ice cream. Oh, this is the last one, he says in English, by the way. He can form easy sentences, and he understood that. Trump will pick someone completely unexpected as his running mate, like Josh Hawley or Bull Haggerty. Haggerty would be so good. Man, that would be so good. I got excited. But Bull? Is it Bull? Is the Haggerty that I'm thinking of? The ones once he was ambassador, is that same one? Is Ron Paul on Trump's VP shortlist? I think he'd make for a strong case for the job. I see Ron Paul as a candidate, like from you guys sometimes. Like in the chat, I've seen that name pop up. There was somebody else, this female. Man, I forgot her name, but it's a female. That's all I remember. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I should remember the key player in America. I should know, right? I'm independent and I'll vote Trump. Never that corrupt Biden and his family taking millions from foreign governments, including China. Yeah, China. Yeah. What happened to his son, Hunter Biden? What happened to that? Like I was expecting, because there's a committee now. I was expecting more to come, but not much. He was what's accused, not accusations. What's the word? Prosecuted for gun possession and so on. Like there were 3 things, like minor things, and it was not really about China, I don't think. And I want to know about that. And Biden today, I saw a short clip of Biden making a speech, and he couldn't even say the name of your country. That is terrible. For America. No. a male was cut, I guess, Rica or something like that. That's terrible. Like he's a robot, basically, or puppet of the system. And even though I am thankful for the alliance that we have with the US and all the, we have military, like joint military exercises and all kinds of things, we have great trades and blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't matter if, like, who the leader is, even Obama administration, we were good, when it comes to alliance. So it's something that's firm, that's something that we have, like both countries have came together to, make it firm. But that leadership, man, Biden's leadership. Oh, by the way, I shared this with on Twitter /X, but I just saw a random comment talking about, I guess that was a Fox News comment section, but someone wrote that, they want to see, or the VP, Vice President debate, Vivek Ramaswamy versus Kamala Harris would be so funny, and it had many likes, and I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. That'll be cool. I don't know who the vice president candidate will be, but yeah, it would be cool to see that. Anyway, it's been an hour, so I should go. Love Vivek. Cool. It's really nice because, as I said before, I'm the same age as him. I was born in the same month too with Vivek, and I, at least in my country, I don't get hurt politically. It's the elderly people that is occupying our country. Basically, all the good policies are for them or newborns, and we are forgotten. And also politically speaking, there are national diet members from our generation too, for example, but because they are newbies compared to, elderly people. It's not like our culture is so different from America, and it's the age, or it's how many years you have been in the field. So we get forgotten, or we don't have a human rights, for that when it comes to that. Like our voice is not reflected. And I see Vivek, speaking for his generation or younger generations too. And it's such an amazing movement that I see, Man, you guys are lucky. The right now, things looks bad, and it is in the world. But I know that the future is bright. You got Trump. You got all this amazing people like Vivek Ramaswamy or Carrie Lake, and all these people who I know from another country. So your future is bright. So remember that, please. When you have a hard time. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Oh, you're teaching here? Very few of the youth have any interest in politics. Yeah, because our country is somewhat peaceful. We don't have to think about politics because our society functions well. Sometimes it's nice because you can avoid the annoying heated conversations. That's so true. Obviously, why it's not a good one time. Yeah, that is so true. When I learned English, by the way, I guess, it was high school, because I remember the teacher. She said, my English teacher in high school said in class, like when she was teaching English, don't talk about two topics, politics and religions. Don't talk about those topics with foreigners. That was a lesson in high school. And I was like, why? At the time, like 17 years old or so. And now I'm like, yeah. Like now I get it. Yeah. I'm an independent as well. I would never vote for a Democrat. Yes. Man, I hope that you guys will, I'm really hoping that America will come back on a global stage. I know that Trump's presence will be strong, if he wins. And that's good. But at the same time, let's make sure that our countries communicate well, because I really hope the best for all the countries, that are on our side. And I think that sometimes just American leader just doesn't know things, because they have to take care of the entire world and domestic politics. So much to think about, but you need some briefing, I know that ministers do that, but I'm not sure if they are smart enough sometimes. So, but yeah. Yes, experience in years. Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Huh? We had that saying when I was young in America as well, but that seems to not be the case anymore. Oh, I see. Yeah. Anyway. My husband looks bored too, so gotta go. For the situation. Yeah. Let's talk more on Sunday Japan, Saturday America. I have a weekly live stream, and it's around noon in Japan on Sunday and Saturday night for Americans. So let's keep in touch. Wait, when is Nevada though? When there's another primary or something, I will make sure to live stream. I mean, I always talk about similar things, but I it's important. I think that all these important times we communicate with each other to make sure that we are on the same page. This is politics, like it's so. I know that this is you guys are here and it's amazing, and at the same time, this is a small community. However, we know many people, right? Each of us know many people, and if we know something, if we have a mutual understanding across the borders, that's important, that matters politically, in my opinion. So I really appreciate every single one of you who is here watching me. Thank you so much. Okay. And tonight for you was a great day, right? It was great that Trump won, and let's hope that everything will work out for America and the world. Yes. Okay. US-Japan bond will be forever. Yes. Thank you. We are defending it. Thank you. That means a lot. Take care. Good to see you again. Thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you. Yeah, Sunday Japan. Yes. Okay. Stay. I heard it in like a stay metal scream. I need to listen to metal. But yeah. Texas border. Okay. I will keep an eye on that. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's meet up again on Sunday Japan, Saturday America. Okay. Thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, and follow me on X. And I'll see you soon.